To make tubular knitting stitch, we're gonna be using for this demonstration 4mm beads and 11/0. So we're gonna pick up a 4mm, an 11/0, 4mm, 11/0, and a 4mm, and one more 11/0. You should have 3 of each. We're gonna pass our needle through all the beads one more time. And we are going to pull our thread, and this is creating a circle. To complete the circle, we're gonna pass our needle through the 4mm and through the seed bead. We want our needle exit out of the seed bead so we can continue. The next row, you're gonna have beads that are going to go around this bead. So we're gonna try to add 5 11s. This number of beads is gonna depend on the size of bead you're using and on the brand you're using. I'm gonna try with 5. My thread is exit out of this. I'm gonna pass through the next 11/0, and I'm gonna pull, and this works for me. Pick up 5, my thread is exit out of this seed bead. I'm gonna pass, skip the 4, and pass through the next seed bead, and we're gonna pull, and this is what you should have. I'm going to pick up 5 seed beads. My thread is exit out of this one. I'm gonna pass through the next one, and this will complete our second row. This is what you should have. Right here we have 5 beads. These are the 5 we added. We want to be coming out of the middle seed bead, which is the third seed bead, because then if you count, you'll have 2 right here and 2 right here. So we want the center bead. So come up through 3 seed beads. What we're gonna do now is this is our third row. We're gonna pick up our 4mm, and this is the bead of our first row. We're gonna count 1, 2, and 3. This will be the center bead of our 5 seed beads that we add. So we're gonna skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seed beads, and we're gonna pass through this seed bead that is in the center of the 5 seed beads we added, and we're gonna pull, and when you pull, this is what you should have. We're gonna pick up a 4mm, and right here, if you look, this is the row we started. These are the black ones, and this is the 4mm, and this is the 11/0, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seed beads right here. So we're gonna pass our needle through the third one, and we are going to pull, and we're gonna pick our last 4mm, my thread is coming out of this one. This is easy. You're just gonna pass through the one. Our thread is exit out when we just started the new row, which is the one that is connecting to the 4mm. So we're gonna pass through this one and through the 4mm, but let's just pass through this one so you can see. And this is what you should have. What we're gonna do next, I like to go one more time through all my beads that I just add. So I'm gonna pass through the seed bead and through the 4mm, and right here through the 4mm and the seed bead. We are just reinforcing this seed beads we just added through the 4mm, and we're gonna be coming out of the seed bead. And if you look closely, you have a row just like the one you started. You have a 4mm, a seed bead, 4mm, seed bead, 4mm, and a seed bead. So if you ignore your work, this part that we have, you should know that the next row it'll be to pick up 5 seed beads, and in this row I'm gonna make a different so you can see better. I'm gonna add 2 11/0 and one in a different color and 2 more. So if you remember our previous row, we add 5, we are adding 5 again, and we're skipping our 4mm and we are passing our needle through the seed bead. I just want you to see the difference of having the bead that you're gonna be using to add your 4mm. It's easy if you a beginner and you had trouble with knowing which bead you're gonna use. Pick up 5, skip the 4mm and pass through the seed bead. Pick up 2, one in a different color, and you're gonna pick up 2 more. So you got your 5 right here, and right here we are gonna pass through the seed bead. We completed our row, so we're ready to start a new row. So we're just gonna pass our needle. If you remember, I told you count 3, 1 2 3, but you know you're gonna be coming out of the bead from a different color, because that's your center bead. Out of your 5 beads that you picked up, that's the one in the center, and you want to keep your tension tight. You can even hold your work like this. Right now we're gonna pick up a 4mm, and right here, remember I told you you were gonna skip 5, 1 2 3 4 5, but since we have a bit of a different color in the center, we know we gotta pass our needle through that seed bead. So if you're a beginner, that's a good way to be learning, because you are putting the bead that you want to be passing your needle through on a different color, so that should make your work easier. So pick up a 4mm and pass through the last one, and we're gonna reinforce these beads. So we're gonna go through all these beads one more time. So we pass through the seed bead and through the 4mm, and we pass through the seed bead and through the 4mm, and we're gonna be coming out of the seed bead so we can start our new row. And our new row, it's of 5 seed beads. So we can pick up 5. We know we gotta skip the 4mm, so we pass through the seed bead. We pick up 5. we skip the 4mm, and these are gonna be all the same steps you're gonna be repeating over and over until you get the length of the piece that you're making. If you're making a bracelet, if you're making a necklace, you just keep repeating these steps until you get the length. Right here, I'm gonna come out of this, I'm gonna pass through the 11, and I'm gonna come up. I already know on this row I had to be coming out of the seed bead, so you can just step up all the way. And we are ready to start adding our 4mm. So pick up a 4mm and pass through the center bead. Pick up a 4mm, and you already know you gotta pass through this bead. Pick up a 4mm, and you're gonna pass through the bead, through the 4mm, because I wanna pass one more time through all the beads right here. And we want to be coming out of this bead so we can start a new row. So this is how you do field knitted stitch. Thank you. Until next time.